Alright, so Icarus has created motion paths now for all of these contrast areas. And so scrubbing through this, you can see that there's a lot of green, which is good, but there's a little bit of red too, which is not so great. So what we want to do off the bat is find these areas where there's a lot of red, and we're simply going to right click on those points and hit delete. We want to minimize the amount of red in the screen because that means that the software is not really confident about those points being exactly where it has drawn them. In other words, like if you look at some of these, it's a reflection in the surface. So obviously a reflection is not going to be as rigid of a point as something that's an actual object. So highlights and reflections in surfaces are probably not the best thing because those move, where when you rotate around an object, the corner of that object doesn't move, but the reflections do. So if it's using a reflection, you'll probably want to get rid of that. So I'm just scrubbing back and forth so that I can see the red areas. And if there's a little bit of green, it's not a big deal. We've got some that are almost entirely green. And you can actually drag around these two and right click and say delete selected. So if there's an area that has a lot you want to get rid of, you could do it that way. Just by right clicking over these, you see a lot of the pieces that are red and green. I'm just hovering over them. Get rid of that. And scrubbing back and forth is the best way to get an idea for the ones that really need to be removed. So just a little bit of manual work and control to kind of want to keep that one. And you can look through to see how the point changes now. I'm going to get rid of that. So this part's a little bit subjective, but we'll fast forward in the video so you don't have to watch me doing this to each and every point. Okay, so I feel pretty good about the number that I've deleted, and that I've got almost entirely green here. There's a little bit of red spots still showing up occasionally, but I don't think that there'll be a huge problem. So the next thing you want to do after cleaning up your points and getting to a level where you're happy, you feel like the confidence level is good. Just get rid of that guy too. So the next thing you want to do is to calibrate your camera. And to do that, you just simply go to the camera tab and hit calibrate. And I keep this at the default settings and hit calibrate. And this is going to run through, and it's now analyzing all these points and trying to figure out exactly where the camera should be located. So come back and take a look at the results from this in the next video.